A dramatic change is sweeping across the United Kingdom, one that will be remembered for years to come. The air is crisp, colder than usual for early December, and there's a certain tension in the atmosphere, a sense that something extraordinary is on the horizon. A powerful Arctic blast is set to sweep down from the north, bringing with it the promise of a major snow event that could rival some of the most severe winters in recent memory. Meteorologists across the country are on high alert, tracking a winter storm system that is poised to blanket much of the UK in a thick layer of snow, with blizzard conditions expected in some regions. This isn't just a dusting, this is the kind of snow that brings the country to a standstill, halting traffic, closing schools, and forcing families to hunker down as daily routines are upended. The first sign will be a dramatic drop in temperature. As the Arctic air arrives, rain will quickly turn to sleet, and then, almost suddenly, to hours of relentless heavy snow that transforms familiar streets into winter wonderlands. The beauty of a snow-covered Britain is undeniable. Villages and cities alike will be draped in white, creating postcard-perfect scenes. But beneath the surface, the reality is one of disruption, as transport grinds to a halt and communities are tested by the elements. Over the coming days, the storm will gather strength, its icy grip tightening as it spreads across Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England. Weather maps show the snow advancing steadily, leaving no region untouched. Memories of the beast from the east and the whiteout of 2010 are being stirred. For many, these events are etched in memory, and now, this storm threatens to join their ranks as one of the most significant winter events in recent history. From the rugged Scottish Highlands to bustling northern English cities, the impact will be felt far and wide. Roads will become impassable, and daily life will slow to a crawl as communities adapt to the harsh new reality. For now, there is an eerie calm, a quiet that settles over the land before the full force of the storm arrives. People prepare, stocking up on essentials and checking in on neighbors, knowing that the worst is yet to come. The United Kingdom must brace itself for the Great Freeze of December 2025, a winter spectacle that will test resilience, bring communities together, and remind us all of the power and beauty of nature. The story of this Great Freeze is only just beginning. Meteorologists are on high alert, closely monitoring the latest developments as a potentially historic weather event approaches the UK. Data from global weather models is converging on a single urgent message. A major 21-hour snowstorm is heading directly for the UK, with the potential to disrupt daily life on a scale not seen in years. The European Centre for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts and the UK Met Office are in rare agreement. An intense Arctic blast is set to plunge temperatures well below average, creating ideal conditions for heavy, widespread snowfall across much of the country. Forecasters warn that this is not just a case of snow on the hills. For the first time this winter, lowland areas, including major cities, are expected to see significant accumulations, likely to cause travel chaos for millions of people. The Met Office, typically known for its caution, is now highlighting a high risk of severe frosts, dense freezing fog, and persistent snow, especially across northern regions and rural communities. Meteorological charts reveal a dramatic scenario. A plume of frigid Arctic air is set to collide with moist, milder Atlantic air over the UK, an explosive combination that could trigger intense and prolonged snowfall. Once the snow begins, it is expected to fall steadily for many hours, blanketing towns and cities and leading to deep accumulations that have authorities and residents deeply concerned. Experts are urging the public to take this forecast seriously, emphasizing the importance of preparing for possible power outages, transport delays, and hazardous conditions on the roads and pavements. The storm's slow movement means that disruption could last well beyond the initial snowfall, with travel and daily routines affected for days. Across the country, anticipation and anxiety are building, as communities brace for what could be one of the most significant winter storms in recent memory. The storm arrives Monday, December 15th. Pre-dawn, the first flakes fall in northern Scotland, intensifying as commuters hit the roads. By mid-morning, heavy snow engulfs southern Scotland and pushes into the Lake District and Pennines, with Northern Ireland seeing its first dusting. By afternoon, North Wales and Snowdonia brace for blizzard conditions, while snow piles up across northern England and Scotland. Evening rush hour will be treacherous. By 9 p.m., the storm peaks. blanketing North Wales, Northern Ireland, and Northern England. Scotland, from the borders to Shetland, will be under deep snow. The relentless 21-hour snowfall transforms the landscape, bringing both beauty and chaos. As the snow eases, freezing temperatures will lock in the disruption, with widespread ice compounding the challenge for days to come. To understand this storm's power, look to global weather patterns. La Niña, with cooler Pacific waters, weakens the jet stream, making the UK vulnerable to Arctic air. Meanwhile, a sudden stratospheric warming event is disrupting the polar vortex, sending lobes of frigid air south. This winter, a displaced polar vortex is projected to slide over Scandinavia and the UK, delivering the cold needed for a major snowstorm. The combination of a weakened jet stream and a wobbly polar vortex creates a perfect storm. This isn't random. It's the result of months of shifting oceanic and atmospheric forces. La Niña set the stage. The polar vortex provided the trigger. Forecasters have high confidence because they're watching a global chain reaction unfold. The UK is about to experience the dramatic consequences. This December 15th snowstorm stands out against a backdrop of an otherwise mild winter. Long-range models predict a season that's generally warmer and less snowy than average for the UK and Europe. Yet, individual short-lived events like this can be severe, driven by unique atmospheric setups. Early December was mild, lulling many into a false sense of security before this dramatic shift. This winter is a tale of extremes, long, mild spells, punctuated by sharp, memorable cold snaps. The science behind La Niña and the polar vortex explains the volatility. The coming blizzard is a rare high-impact event in an otherwise unremarkable season. As the UK braces for snow, communities across the country are preparing for what could be one of the most disruptive winter spells in recent years. Gritters are out in force, schools are monitoring forecasts, and families are stocking up on essentials, all while keeping a wary eye on the skies. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the US has already faced its own winter chaos, with cities from New York to Chicago blanketed in snow and ice, and daily life grinding to a halt for millions. In early December, a major nor'easter paralyzed the Northeast and Midwest, dumping snow at a rate that overwhelmed even the most seasoned snowplow crews and left entire neighborhoods stranded. These storms were driven by the same La Niña and polar vortex patterns now threatening the UK, highlighting how interconnected our weather systems truly are. Over 235 million Americans endured freezing temperatures. For many, it meant braving treacherous commutes, power outages, and the constant challenge of keeping warm. Travel was thrown into disarray, with roads and railways quickly becoming impassable as snow piled up faster than it could be cleared. Thousands of flights were delayed or canceled, stranding travelers and causing ripple effects across the globe. Major airports like Chicago O'Hare ground to a halt, with runways buried under thick layers of snow and ice, forcing airlines to cancel operations for days. Icy runways led to dangerous incidents, with emergency crews working around the clock to prevent accidents and keep passengers safe. Some U.S. regions saw over 25 inches of snow, enough to bury cars and block doors, while others faced relentless freezing rain and sleet. These are amounts the UK rarely experiences, making even a few inches here a significant event that can bring towns and cities to a standstill. The American storm is a stark reminder of how quickly infrastructure can be overwhelmed and how vital it is to be prepared for the unexpected. Now, the same weakened polar vortex targets Western Europe, bringing with it the threat of similar chaos and disruption. Both continents are feeling the effects of a wobbly Arctic air mass, as frigid air spills southward and collides with milder Atlantic systems. Yet, each storm has its own character, shaped by local geography, infrastructure, and the resilience of the people facing it. The UK's event will be shaped by the dramatic clash of Arctic air and the ever-changing North Atlantic, creating unpredictable and potentially hazardous conditions. It's a tale of two continents, linked by a single atmospheric driver, reminding us that when it comes to winter weather, we're all in this together. After the storm, the challenge continues. A deep snowpack and persistent cold mean the snow will linger, freezing into treacherous ice. The days after could be even more hazardous for travel than the storm itself. Looking ahead to Christmas, high pressure may bring dry, settled weather, but also hard frosts and freezing fog. The odds of a white Christmas have improved, especially in the north. But UK winters are unpredictable. A shift could bring a thaw or more snow. Communities must stay vigilant as the winter unfolds. The legacy of this storm will shape the festive season for weeks. With a major snowstorm forecast, preparation is key. Stock up on essentials: food, water, medications, torches, and warm clothing. Prepare your vehicle, check tires, antifreeze, and pack a winter kit with a shovel, blanket, and snacks. Avoid non-essential travel. Stick to main roads if you must go out. Check on vulnerable neighbors and family. Layer up to stay warm and keep your main living space heated. Stay informed with updates from the Met Office and local news. Listen for travel and school closure alerts. Information and preparation are your best defenses. With sensible steps, you can stay safe and maybe even enjoy the winter wonderland. The storm has reignited hopes for a white Christmas. Officially, just one snowflake at a Met Office station on December 25th counts, but a widespread white Christmas is rare. The last truly widespread one was in 2010, with snow at 83% of stations. This year's mid-December storm raises the odds, especially in the north. Bookmakers have slashed odds for cities like Aberdeen, Glasgow, Manchester, and even London. Statistically, snow is more likely in January or March, but the dream persists. Whether or not the snow lasts, this storm guarantees a wintry, memorable run-up to Christmas. It's a dramatic new chapter in the story of the British winter.